first get paid for what you do, you then get paid for who you are, and then finally you get paid for the capital you bring. And I think that that's really the spectrum of being a capitalist. And being a Brokie capitalist, as I am, it is really understanding that the only way to make more money is by storing some of your money that you need now for later. And it's a concept that's foreign to a lot of people like myself who grew up just living paycheck to paycheck. If you had extra money, just getting an extra meal at McDonald's or an extra meal at Cookout, or saving up a little bit of extra money and going to IHOP, or get really fancy with it and take your girlfriend out to Red Lobster. And I think honestly, a lot of people fall in that trap of just extra money is to be spent, where really extra money needs to be saved. Because there's no one coming to save us for our retirement. Our only chance of having any money to be able to retire for, maybe 5-10 years if we're lucky, will be us. Social Security will hopefully still be there, but it will probably not be enough if you want to live in the U.S. Now, myself, I plan on moving to another country in retirement, probably the Philippines. We will see. My wife is from the Philippines, and I've been there a few times, and I really think that I will probably go there to retire. The cost of living is just so low that if I do retire there, I'll be able to live a pretty good life off of Social Security plus a very tiny savings of capital. And I think that really a lot of this passport bro stuff that people have been talking about is kind of misconstruing the purpose. I think that really what we need to think about whenever we want to be passport bros is we really need to think about, will this place be the place that I want to live in when I'm old? Because I think a lot of people make the mistake, and I've seen a lot of channels that do this, make the mistake of moving to a developing country while they're youthful, while they still can work manual labor, while they still can work well-paid office work in their home country. And I think really that's a huge mistake, because you can earn so much extra money while staying in the US or UK or whatever their home country is. And to leave, the ability to make that money and then to move to another country then go overseas and work that job while living in the U.S. Sorry, not while living in the U.S., while living in the Philippines or another country. I think that the reality is that time is gone. I think COVID was nice for allowing people to do it. However, I think now that time has gone, what you really need to instead focus on doing is get money together, try to increase how much money you can make passively or relatively passively each month. Myself, I think that the best way to do that is investing in various retirement accounts, whether it's a 401k from work or a Roth IRA that you open up externally. I think that setting up some type of retirement is really the big thing that us brokies need to do. It's something that I wish I would have started when I was younger. No one taught me how to invest when I was fresh out of high school. No one taught me that I should start investing when I was fresh out of college either. And I think that it's really something that separates the classes more than anything else, is just understanding that even if you can only invest a few $100s into a Roth at 18, how much money that is when you go to retire. If you can just keep investing tiny amounts of money, it will grow into such a large number that it is honestly baffling. The first time I heard about how much it grows, I was honestly shocked. And I've always heard a good rule of thumb is assume that a stock will only grow by 7% on average. And I think that tends to be a generally good rule. I do prefer, personally, more dividend stocks because I think that reoccurring payment that they then can be diversified into different things is nicer to me than a simple growth stock. At some other point, I will go into detail of what are growth stocks, what are dividend stocks, and why you might want one over the other. But I just thought I would make a short video on my way home from work. Currently working third shift, about 50-minute drive from my house. But I just thought I'd go ahead and explain my thoughts on all of this. If you like this format of video, let me know. Leave a comment, like and subscribe.